the strategic mantra, which I found very applicable across globe, across any and every industry. The strategic mantra is pretty simple. It's my philosophy, which I learned after studying a lot of successful those people who bet on horses, and really make money in race courses and in stock market and gambling businesses. I studied them very systematically. I found the one who really make money in horse races or in stock market are the top 3 to 7% of the people, and these top, let's say, top 5% people who really make real rich are real the market movers and the market makers of it. The key philosophy and the key difference is the one, they aren't they do not bet on horses, they bet on jockey. Now the extreme example, please note here, the extreme example which most people perceive as a wrong notion is basically trading up, and which is normally done in racing business, is basically bribing the jockey and things like that. But this is not what I'm going to stress here. In a normal business scenario, in a normal investment scenario, in for if you are a corporate manager or a budding person who's looking for investment, things like that, an investor, chairman, MD, whatever it is, you know uh, do not think about a business proposal or project or a great idea or something which is like, it's a great product or a great idea is just like a horse. It's just not a horse. There are 10,000 other horses in the race course. It's a hyper competitive marketplace. It's a jockey. Find the person who can train the horse, who can manage the horse and make it successful in this competitive race. Prior to this video, there was a video that I made telling very clearly that true investors doesn't bet on idea. They bet on the team who can implement it, or the one who have already proven skills and the motivation to and experience to implement it. Another prior video that I made was my favorite mantra, that focus on, in a hyper competitive marketplace, focus on a strategy by which you can win, not on a product, idea, service, or technology. So this is more or less an extension of better as I went ahead in the course of that philosophy. This is a new Advait strategic mantra. If you really want to be successful, rich, or profitable across any business, across any anywhere, do not bet on a horse. Start thinking, betting on the jockey who can manage the horse in a competitive scenario and get the things done. Uh, I'm taking a very simple, light example, which happens in normal corporate, normal organizational world, of a team leader. Um, you have a project, which is a project, say, is a horse or an idea or a marketing campaign, but in reality, it's a marketing director or a marketing head who's basically acting like a team leader, a jockey who can manage the horse of that product and the entire project and make it successful. So if you really want to get the things done in a hyper competitive marketplace, remember, start betting on a better jockey. Another very simple personal life agenda, which I'm going to continue in the next video, is money shouts, wealth whisper, and I'm going to put in another variation of this thing. Is I see many of my friends who are basically a senior level managers. They spend a lot of time reading mutual fund reports and stock market reports every day, and basically the first thing in the morning is they start reading the news, what has happened to their portfolio, and if there is some news coming in the media and other social media and things, they get scared and things like that. Again and again, this thing kind of thing, if you are somewhere in this scenario, remember, you're basically betting on a very short term horse, or a horse trading kind of thing, flipping kind of, which is in the stock market is called the strategy of flipping. uh, the real ones who make money on in any kind of scenario are the ones who invest, who bet on the jockey. So if you are a real investor with 3 to 5 years span, don't just evaluate what is the financials and all those, the trend, what your stockbroker is saying, what other media gimmicks are saying, media analysts are saying, or the stock market analysts are saying. Stock market analysts within 10-15 minutes are changing like a chameleon. They are changing their views and faces that market was looking like this. Now the market is going down. Oh, see what happened is this. They will put in 10 different excuses. That is their profession. It's absolutely okay to do that. But we as a buyers have to be very alert on it. Whenever you analyze, one of the critical thing that I found on of those sensible CA type chartered accountants type of friends who analyze with a long term investment, 3 year 5 year investment, is they invest in a horse name, company XYZ. Basically, they see the financial. It's just like, this horse has 4 legs, but and I have a stamina of this. It have a pedigree of this, and so and so. But what they do not see is the team, the management team, and the leader, the core philosophy of the leader, how what kind of person he is, what kind of thing he can lead up to. like uh, like the core philosophy of Vijay Mallya, the famous tycoon of India, was a very flamboyant person. What he was riding the good times, the good life. He was known as the king of good times, and till the time he had a lucky face, he was riding it. But was he, because his philosophy was a flamboyant one, and all the fleshy thing and this and that, sooner or later he ended up doing all the accounting gimmicks of mismanagement of funds and things like that, and ended up losing in everything. The investors lost a lot of money out of it. So understand the philosophy of the things. Just opposite was the philosophy and the management team of Infosys. They were the ones who live below their means. uh, I'm not going to that extreme level of simplicity or what the quote, but there had been some hatchbacks and there had been some disappointments, whatever we did. But by and large, they as compared to these are two extreme examples. The point that I want you to focus on, instead of focusing on the horse name company XYZ, start focusing on the, also consider most importantly on ultimately. But Advait's strategic mantra is quite clear. Don't bet on horses, player.